Hello chess lovers, hello to the chicos and the chicas. Today on the menu is going to be no chess game, but a bit of a discussion about takebacks. This is a topic that I have very thoroughly discussed many times on stream, usually because it will pop up in a game scenario, and I have always been very vocal about my opinion about takebacks, and I thought that perhaps it is a good time to check it out on YouTube and see what the world of YouTube thinks about it. Actually, I have a very good idea about that, but nonetheless I decided to share my view on this one with you. Bear in mind that unlike most cases with my videos, I do not intend to teach or pass on a message or guide you in a certain way. This time around I'm merely expressing my opinion, and I'm not necessarily saying that that is the way that I think is the right one. But I just thought that I would put my 2 cents out there, and perhaps it may change your opinion or confirm what you already thought. So, on the topic of takebacks, this is a big dividing issue amongst a lot of players. I tell you where I stand with this right now. The first thing that I would like to say is that takebacks obviously are in existence in online chess, because online chess brought about, well, to be frank, a fair number of unnecessary and unwanted components that over-the-board chess luckily doesn't have, or far less cases. And one of these unwanted things is a mouse slip. It is actually very important to recognize and understand the fact that there is no over-the-board equivalent of a mouse slip. And I know that a lot of people would like to argue, but no, sorry, it doesn't exist. And I tell you why it doesn't exist. Because the closest to a mouse slip would be if you move a piece, you want to move a piece, but instead of moving piece A, you accidentally knock over piece B, and then someone says, touch move. Never happened. Or in case it happens, I'm telling you that you don't have to move that piece because it was very clearly an accidental knockover, and you're more than welcome to move whatever you wanted to move. So it doesn't have an equivalent. Like, mouse slip is that when you want to play something and something else happens as a result of your mouse misclicking or your mouse movement sliding off of the correct square, it is clearly an error coming from your hand, not from your brain. So there is no equivalent. You can blunder in a game of over-the-board chess, but that's not a mouse, or that's not a slip. Like, there are some 0.00001% cases when you go like, I want to play bishop b6, I want to play bishop b6, and you accidentally play out the second move of that variation that you were thinking about. That types of brain farts extremely rarely happen. I reckon I played in my life about 1,000 competitive games. Happened to me 0 times, but I've seen a few people to do it. So I'm saying that, like, yeah, 1 in a million. So there is no equivalent. And therefore, there is, in my opinion, a need to address this problem. Because what's the point of not having some kind of a remedy for an issue that we didn't have before? And this is, by the way, why I'm a very big advocate of arguing that over-the-board chess is always going to be the chess, and online chess is never going to be more, in my book, than a very good imitation, but not the thing, like for like, never. Because online chess is not the same. You're not sitting in front of a person. It doesn't have the competitive environment, virtually the environment, sitting in the room with a myriad of other chess players, having that atmosphere, having the nerves, feeling the breath of your opponent, knowing that there are arbiters, chess clocks, pieces, 3-dimension, everything there. You can't recreate it in online. It's as simple as that. And so online platforms need to have their own special rules and regulations, in my book. And so the only logical answer, in my opinion, to mouse slips is the existence of takebacks. Now, here comes the second thing, which is a very important point in my opinion too, and that is, and this is one of the core issues, is that why do you play online chess? And the vast majority of people who watch me, but in fact I dare say that the vast majority of people out there play usually chess for 2 goals or 2 purposes. 1, because they want to have fun. 2, because they want to grow as a chess player, and online chess is an ultimate platform to do so. I do think genuinely that these two categories want to have fun because they love chess, and two, because they want to grow as a chess player. They want to practice their openings. They would like to, practice whatever, get better. These two groups, 99% of the chess playing community. Now, in my opinion, neither of these cases, having fun or wanting to learn, is matchable with no takebacks. Like, hello? So let's start working with takebacks. Yeah, so knight c3, mouse slips to queen b5. They ask takeback, I go like, no, thank you. No takeback. Get out. Okay, they resign. All right, I won the game. Did I have fun? If that's your fun, I mean, I'm sorry, but if that is your definition of having fun in chess, then yeah, there is a bit of room for growth there. That's my 2 cents anyway. 2, did I learn anything? Jack all. Nothing. It was an utter waste of time. The only time when this is acceptable, in my opinion, if you are a die-hard, hardcore competitor who sits down and they want to win at all cost. And it doesn't matter what happens or how you win, whether you flag your opponent when they have 7 queens and you have a pawn, you just want to win. That's the only time when I don't want to, and I can't even argue with that. But any other case, it's a total waste of time. And so once again, now if I want to practice my e4 openings after knight c3, queen a5, which is obviously the intended move, by the way, we have a game that we are going to play out. Someone is going to win. Most certainly, there will be plenty of things in that game that I can take away from, I can learn from, I can grow as a player. And why is that? Because I have takebacks enabled, and I'm like, yeah, like, let's not joke around. That was not the intended move. Take back, yada, yada, yada. And off we go. Happy days. Now, the most common argument that I get against takebacks, which in my opinion is also quite silly, but I don't mean to, or I really don't want to cast any judgment on anyone, is that, oh, I disable takebacks because people are so annoying because they constantly ask for takebacks. It's like, hello, how is that the logical answer? Like, why do you ban an entire institution instead of banning the person who abuses that? Like, what world does it make sense? Why? Like, if you play against someone who keeps on asking repeatedly for takebacks very clearly at inappropriate points when it's not mouse slip, it's none of that kind, that's not the system's fault. It's the guy abusing it. So you, in my opinion, should not therefore close down takebacks for life. Stuff that, ban the guy. Play against someone else who actually shows proper chess etiquette. Right? It's like the same way that they could, if they could, they would offer you 10 million draws, right? You can't just disable draw offers. So you might as well just go like, sorry, I don't want to play against you. Now, draw offers, of course, is a false analogy because actually the engines don't allow you to offer multiple draws within a reasonable time. But the message is the same. Like, why would you ban an opportunity that helps you to grow, helps you to play more fun games, instead of banning a player who is very clearly not playing in a good sportsmanship spirit? So I very much get irked when I hear that argument that, oh, so many people are just constantly asking for takebacks. Like, no, like, ban them and they won't. It's that simple. Because most people have the decency to ask for takebacks when it's appropriate. And also there is that argument that, oh, I can't decide if it was a slip or not. Well, then first of all, I'm pretty sure you can, but there are some gray areas. Give them the benefit of the doubt. Like, once again, why are you there? And this is my main point. Like, what is the point of sitting down, playing a 10-10 game, dedicating half an hour of your life, right, to something like a game of chess where you want to grow? I will show you actually an example. I played this today on stream, and I actually lost it. But I'll show you what happened. We played a very exciting game. I didn't intend to show you this, but I think it's so cool that I will. I played a game. We had this position. I thought that I was doing really well here. I should have played f5, but I went into this trade story, and all of a sudden I came out clearly worse. I just kept on playing bad moves. And then about here, when I traded off this light squared bishop, I had a feeling that this is a textbook good knight, bad bishop, right? And the more I looked at it, the more I realized that this is actually not so easy to win, because I have got a plan of playing g4, f5, and then put the bishop in here, and if I succeed with that, it can be quite iffy. So I decided to try to prove it that it's not so easy to win, and I started fighting like a madman, also introducing b5, by the way. And now I'm also introducing h4, h5. Opponent plays really well, by the way. Credit to them. But I'm hanging in there, and I feel like at no point am I particularly badly off or lost. And after g5, fg, I thought that I was gonna win this. And the game continued. Rook check, king here, rook here. Bishop back to g1. By the way, for funsies sake, according to the engine's measure, this position is dead even. And at this point, exactly in the game, my opponent played rook f2. Now, I don't know what you think about this, but taking this rook, and as soon as the rook landed on f2, pop, up comes the opponent requests a take back. And I was actually already, with my mouse, I was looking for the offer take back before he asked for it, because I knew right away that that was a mouse slip. Like, rook f3 is just a total no-brainer. Now, I could have walked away from this game here, and perhaps it's a bad example because there was already enough content in there that we could have learned various ideas and concepts from it and move on. But I just felt like it would have been an absolute abomination to end a game like this, which is so much fight, so much tension, so much fun, so much to and fro. Like, it just feels wrong. It is just really does feel wrong. And look what happened. So I gave him the take back. Sure enough, I did right away. So he plays rook f3 as per intended immediately, by the way. Rook e1, and just a couple of moves later, a sensational motif occurred, with lots of toing and froing, and here I saw knight g3, and if I had played here rook g1, I would have won the game after rook f1. But I got a little bit too cocky, and I thought that rook h3 was winning on the spot, and I got absolutely tunnel visioned on this rook e3, rook e3, rook e3, rook takes g3, and white wins story. And watch what happened. Boomski! Knight f5 Reno, take. And I allowed the mate too because I wanted to be a good sport. This is, like, this guy had maybe the game of his life, or at least a really awesome mate. He's a 2400 rated guy, beating an IM. Surely was a good thing for him and something quite memorable, especially with this gorgeous mate. Now think about the fact that if I declined the take back, this would have all gone down into Gurgler never existing. Just because of a stupid mouse slip that got in his hand, stuck in something or whatever, and he misplaced that rook on f2 instead of f3. Like, it just kills the art of chess in my book. So those are my 2 cents. I do think that enabling takebacks is a really good thing. I really genuinely believe that offering and accepting takebacks at very apparent mouse slips is just silly not to do. And the worst thing, by the way, I forgot to tell you this, is that on .com, I would say that 99% people don't have takebacks enabled. I think you can. I haven't checked, but I do think that you can enable takebacks. And so what happens is that every man and his dog, as soon as they do a mouse slip, they offer a draw. And I'm like, how is a draw offer of all things going to fix this? Let's take this example. Play rook f2. I have takebacks disabled. So's bro. So he goes like, okay, let's call it a draw. I'm like, let's not call it a draw. Like, why would we? The position is not a draw. Neither of us are interested in a draw. Like, that's literally the worst decision we can make of all cases, is to call it a draw. And the other day I got a guy really angry with me, who, by the way, I was beating throughout the whole game, right? I was up 2 pawns all the way. I blundered one. I'm still 1 pawn up, still clearly winning. He makes a mouse slip, hangs a rook, offers a draw. And I'm like, nope. Like, what? In what world would that make sense? If takeback was on, I would give it to you right away. Let's do a takeback. Oh, I have them disabled. All right then. Like, the draw makes the least amount of sense because we both get hurt, we both lose potentially rating points one way or another. The game still gets finished abruptly, illogically, and there is absolutely no justice in the result. So it just makes no sense to me at all. Anyway, so yeah, I think it's something that I would recommend everyone to have a think about, and where they are on the on which side of the fence you are in and why. And you know, I don't even want to persuade you to go one way or another, but I do think that take back as a thing, it should exist. And I do think that perhaps people should rely on it, or allow it maybe more often than they usually do, I suppose. So yeah, that was it from me for today. Instead of the usual educational chess content, a bit of a discussion, call it rant if you will, but I think I was rather measured and calm. And yeah, I'm going to be back with the next video soon. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, to super like, to sub, and yeah, I will see you soon.